If no one's clicking on your ads, your content isn't being shared, your conversion rates on your website are low, no one's opening your emails, you probably have a copywriting problem. But there's good news. The word-for-word solution is easy. That's not the problem. Your core problem is that you're approaching the pitch all wrong. But there's a quick fix. If you ask yourself this one simple question before writing anything, it will speed up your writing process and simultaneously improve your metrics. If you want to improve your copywriting, start with the Rumination Test. What is the Rumination Test? It is a copywriting thought experiment that helps you decide what to write about and, more importantly, what to highlight. Ask yourself this question: what do people worry about before going to bed? What keeps them up at night? What is the first thought that comes to them when they wake up in the morning? What do they ruminate about? What thoughts can they not get out of their heads? What deeply worries them? That's where you start your copywriting. Here's the thing, people, especially in modern times, have a near constant stream of anxious thoughts crowding their minds. And these anxieties have to do with problems they want to solve or goals that they want to accomplish. And that's about it. So unless your copy is speaking to these problems, these thoughts, and these emotions directly, it will fall on deaf ears. For example, before going to bed, a business owner will probably think, will I make payroll this month? Can I pay back this loan? Am I going to meet my quarterly goals? Am I hiring the right person? How do I cut costs? How do I get that client to finally pay that invoice? Will that investor wire the money? Or a professional, they might think, am I in the right career? Am I doing the right thing with my life? Should I switch jobs? How can I get a raise? Or parents, they might think, am I raising my kids correctly? Will I be able to afford the education that they deserve? What will other parents think of me? And everyone wonders, how can I lose weight? How do I get that girl or how do I get that guy to like me? Does that person think I'm stupid? Oh man, I'm so embarrassed. Why am I so depressed? What does my life have any meaning? What should I do with my life? So these are the questions and worries that you need to address in your copywriting. Read your headline, read your sales copy, read your welcome email, read your sales copy on the website or your funnel, and then ask yourself, am I addressing their deepest worries head on by speaking directly about the problems that they're worrying about, that my customers are ruminating about? If not, rewrite the copy. Of course, your methods for solving the problem that they have may be detailed, specific to your industry and your product offering, or even it may feel mechanical, but that's not your lead. Even though the car gets 40 miles a gallon, that's not your lead. That is your proof. No one ruminates about 40 miles per gallon. They ruminate about not having enough money in their bank account. But getting a car with better gas mileage may help with that bank account problem, which is why you address the details later in the copy. But you don't lead with that detailed how. You lead with simply the deeper, want to save money? Even though, for example, your CRO, your conversion rate optimization e-commerce system, as a 50-point checklist that will eventually lead to increases in conversions for sales, you don't lead with that. No one ruminates about a 50-point sales funnel optimization checklist. They worry about making more money. They ruminate about having enough money to pay payroll. So again, lead with that. Even though your shirts are made with organic cotton from Egypt, no one wakes up or goes to bed worrying about what kind of material their shirts are made out of. But they do worry about not ruining the environment, or they may worry about looking cool in front of their friend. They do worry about if they're gonna fit in. So lead with that. Get it? The Rumination Test is about going deeper and getting to the core fundamental worries that people have. If you start with people's base psychology, their fears, you'll notice flaws in your copywriting incredibly fast. So always, always, always ask yourself, does this copywriting speak to my client's core fear? Are they ruminating about this before they go to bed? Is this problem keeping them up at night? If not, rewrite it. Hope that helped. Thanks for listening. Until next time, cheers.